Some people say that newspaper may be disappear soon. How are we going to rescue them? Let's find out in this report. It may seem like a bright idea getting technology into the journalism world, but will it be worth it for the media owners to provide the employees the latest technology that can go out of trend easily? World Association of Newspaper and News Publisher recently held an international conference under the name Publish Asia 2011. It aims to be a stage for people in publishing business to find a way to survive in this revolutionized era. As Ross Dawson, a best-selling author, predicted the extinction of the newspaper around the world, the earliest possible will be in 2017 for the United States, 2019 for United Kingdom and Iceland, and 2037 for Thailand. What can be some alternative ways to rescue the death of the newspaper? Firstly, it should be time for a change.
We have to accept the fact that for newspapers, we face a lot of challenges. One of those challenges is the growth of internet for the last 10, 15 years, mobile publishing, and also with regards to Facebook, for example, social media, and more recently with the growth of the iPad and the tablet. Now, one of the key challenge is changing the mindset. If we talk about covering the news, a lot of our journalists are used to going, interviewing, and writing a story for one deadline, or at most two deadlines. They start in the morning and they finish in the evening, and the newspaper gets published. The world is changing.
A group of well-experienced journalists and publishers suggested the use of new technology, such as the new media, for example, gadgets like cell phones and tablets, social networks such as Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, to be the tools in news gathering.
We as in the publishing industry should use it to get in contact with our readers, with our users, with young people, and since it will grow, we only have to tap in and use it.
Twitter is probably the fastest way of broadcasting news or even breaking the news. Though it limits only 140 characters in one post, its speed of sending messages over to a large number of people is so effective that the recent news about Bin Laden's death is claimed to have broken from Twitter. Another platform of social media that can be taken advantage of is the growth of iFamilies such as iPod, iPhone, and iPad, as well as other tablet devices. The tablets, especially the iPad, allow users to read comfortably on the internet wherever they go. It is an opportunity for newspaper and magazine to launch its online version of the paper. It is truly a fast-growing market.
And if they want to survive in this fast-changing world, with technology changing every 3 months or 6 months, if they don't adapt, they will die. That means that publishers, editors, owners of the media would have to be able to convince their staff that they need to change, and they have to offer all the new devices so that their staff, especially in the newsroom, to be able to adjust their roles and to learn new skills, to be able to create the kind of content that the public wants, because the public is now more demanding. Public now can go to any website, can go to any device, any platform to get their news, information, opinion. So if you do not provide the kind of content that is anytime, anywhere, then your future is in doubt. So I'm sure that publishers and owners will have to adjust, and if they don't, you won't see them in the next, say, 5 years there anymore.
With the advanced technology, businesses need to adapt themselves in order to fit with the fast-growing world, especially the publishing industry. Besides investing in new technology, the limited infrastructure such as the high-speed broadband internet is still a main problem in using new media in such developing countries as in the ASEAN community. But Thailand and other ASEAN countries are still developing countries. Do you think that the use of the new media will be effective for this region?
Of course, because the penetration of internet is growing every year, even in the most underdeveloped countries in the region. And the younger people, the new habit of consumption of news and information is totally different from the previous or even the generation of now. So they would be asking for new technology, and even if they live in the rural areas, they can now have access to the internet. And if they hear that the world is now connected, pretty soon they would demand that they have access to the internet to get all this information. So I'm sure that the pace of development in technology in Southeast Asia will quicken, and all the governments will have to proceed very rapidly with their installation of 3G, with their Wi-Fi facilities.
In order to save the newspaper, it should be a cooperation between the government and publishing industry. The government needs to provide high-quality infrastructure to support the changing in technology. The journalists as well have to open up their minds and try to get the best out of the available technology. Aravita Misang, ASEAN Newsroom.
Next up, we have Around Asia by Asian News Network on the car models in China. So don't go anywhere.